Let's talk about Boston Renaissance. You say there's a renaissance. I think we all know that about many cities in America. But you also talk about the club culture. Have you been to the Harvard Club?
I have.
In Boston?
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning, New York. Good morning, Boston. Yes, I've spent a number of weeks in the past few months in Boston and really had not only a terrific time, but discovered some key things. One of them is there are terrific restaurants around Fenway, which is something you can't say about a lot of stadiums around this country, let alone this world. So actually some of the hottest restaurants right now in the country are right around Fenway Stadium. So that's really an impressive and wonderful option. And the second thing is this thing about Harvard. You know, Boston is a Harvard city. So not only does Harvard have one club, they have two clubs. So they have their classic club in the Back Bay. So if you want to sort of pull up to a cozy leather chair and sit down there and enjoy that. Or you can go to the Bank of America Tower, where they have a competing club at the top floor facing the harbor over Boston College, obviously.
Yeah.
So you can do that. So the secret in Boston is to know somebody who has access to one of those clubs, and you'll get terrific food.
Within the culture, it all goes back, I would suggest, well, there's Lockover's, which was a mainstay for years. There's Durgan Park, which was the
all this is like is like in the past. It's amazing. Boston is a completely different city from the one I went to school outside. My family still lives outside of Boston, and it's taking out that artery, taking out the elevated arterial nightmare. I mean, now you can explore the North End. Now you can walk along the Rose Kennedy Park. But mostly the whole area over where we never went. It was like a dead zone.
But whether San Francisco or Chicago, is it homogenized into an American cuisine, city to city?
It is really not. You know that I go on these tours. I know you'll weep for me, but, I'll sometimes go to 10, 15 restaurants a day when I'm doing one of these tours. And every one while I was in Boston, I started with oysters. I either went to Select Oyster, which is right by the Hancock Tower, right down in the sort of what people think of the traditional busy heart of fashionable Boston. And then I would go into the North End to Neptune. I mean, no matter where you go, there is definitely a leaning towards traditional New England styles, and then they make them better.
Let's expand the conversation to Boston and New York and ask this question. If you want to sit quietly in a restaurant, is there a place you can actually do that and talk to the person that you are eating with? I was at one of Manhattan's finer, better-known restaurants last night, and it was loud.
Where were you?
Ralph Lauren Polo.
Oh, well, there you are. I didn't realize they let people like you into Ralph Lauren Polo, but
they probably sat me in the loudest corner.
I'm teasing. Funny enough, this has become a big issue, and it is not because we are either unfashionable or even because we're getting older. It is just that restaurateurs and some clients have come to believe that there's a kind of combination between buzz and fun and noise, and that some combination of that is what makes a perfect restaurant. And a lot of us, as you're reporting, are fed up with it. There's a lot of talk about how making it noisy helps keep tables turning and pushes you out. But a lot of restaurateurs, particularly a lot of the newly built restaurants, are working hard at finding ways to keep the buzz level still high, but the ability to speak possible. Yeah. So there are a number of them. I'm afraid to say that the Ralph Lauren spot is not a practitioner of that. I'm sure they want everybody out as quickly as they can.
Peter Elliott, thank you so much. Reserve, I can't say enough about it. 4, 6, 8 pages. Bloomberg Brief Reserve.